Right, hello guys, and welcome to today's video. And today's video is going to be a discussion about how I think there is zero or next to no skill-based matchmaking in the brand new 10v10 playlist, and also discussing, I think Sledgehammer is possibly experimenting in the game of having no skill-based matchmaking. I'll discuss that further in today's video, but in the background you are seeing 10v10 gameplay, new playlist that came out. Kind of an interesting one. I only wanted to play it not to see if there was skill-based matchmaking or not. I actually wanted to see if these maps played better with 10v10, because sometimes the maps do feel a little bit slow. This feels a lot more chaotic. It feels a lot more, I don't know, Call of Duty-esque. It might be a little bit too crazy on some maps, but personally, I like it. It plays pretty well. You're going to see here, this is a pretty decent gameplay with the brand new buffed Striker. So this isn't the Striker 9, this is the standard Striker. This thing's insane. Absolutely mental. If you guys want the class setup, I'll probably just leave it in the comments down below. I'm not really going to be doing class setups too much this year. But if you guys want to see class setups, let me know, and I'll possibly think about doing videos like that. But I haven't really been on the class setup grind this year. But let's talk about it. Skill-based matchmaking. Big topic in the community right now. Seems to be the most thing that people are talking about right now as being the one thing that's holding Modern Warfare 3 back. I believe that, personally, I believe Modern Warfare 3 would be so much better without skill-based matchmaking, or just, toning it down a bit. It seems to be on Cold War levels of skill-based matchmaking, which ultimately, if you guys didn't, play Cold War, kind of ruined Cold War for a lot of people. A lot of people didn't play it because of that. But Modern Warfare 3, with its skill-based matchmaking right now, is a bit annoying to play. Like, it's playing 6v6 in like your standard domination playlist, TDM even. Like, TDM used to be a very casual playlist. It's not anymore. If you're a somewhat decent player, you're facing people slide cancelling this, that, the other. It's kind of crazy to go up against, and you're going to see in the gameplay, like, the footage is quite clear. Like, I wouldn't say these people are bots, of course, but you're going to see I kind of dominate the lobby. But you can tell not many people are slide cancelling, not many people are using all the meta guns, there's a variety. This is what Call of Duty should be. And that's why I think this 10v10 playlist has no skill-based matchmaking. And I think there's kind of like a they have to sort of thing. Because obviously there's more players, takes longer to matchmake if you have, high levels of skill-based matchmaking. That's why I believe there's no skill-based matchmaking, or a lack of it in this mode. Again, you will not just face bots playing in this playlist. And again, let me know down below, you guys go and try it yourself. Try the 10v10 playlist. Let me know what you experienced, whether or not you feel the same way, that there is no skill-based matchmaking in this mode. But I wouldn't be surprised if there is a lack of skill-based matchmaking in this mode, just because, again, it's 10v10. If they have strict levels of skill-based matchmaking, you're just going to get really poor connections. It's going to take way too long to search for games if it's going to try and find 10 players that are as good as you. Well, 9 players that are as good as you on your team and 10 players that are as good as you on the other team. But, again, it does not mean bot lobbies. You do not get to face 0.4 KD players just because you're in this playlist, right? I want to make that very clear, because I feel like some people are going to put that, they're going to be like, oh, how come I'm not facing people who aren't shooting back? Again, as you can see, these people do shoot back, but they're not incredible. Like I said, it's not like I'm playing rank play. It's a standard Call of Duty feel, right? And that's what we want, right? That's the problem with skill-based matchmaking. It takes away that feeling of being able to just go in, hop on, and enjoy the game and face a mixed variety of players. Again, no skill-based matchmaking does not mean bot lobbies. That is not what the point of, taking away skill-based matchmaking or reducing it, or or other people call it, engagement-based matchmaking, because it is like that. It is made to, try and keep you playing the game. Like, it'll put you in games where you're not going to do so well, and it's going to put you in lobbies that are easy, that allow you to get possibly a nuke or stuff. That retention-based matchmaking, right? So the skill-based matchmaking and retention-based matchmaking. The only thing you'll see that you can't get away with in this playlist, and it's something you'll never be able to escape no matter what you do, is team balancing. Now, I say team balancing like as in it's bad, because it's not actually bad. When you see the end of this scoreline, technically it's doing its job, right? Because we lose this game, but you're going to see I get a lot of the kills, and my teammates don't do too hard. Not all of them, but some of them do pretty poorly. And so the team balancing was working how it's intended, but it is kind of frustrating to go in and play as a solo player and be the one who has to carry the team. In some matches that might be even more frustrating than others. For instance, if another player on the enemy team gets loads of kill streaks because they're just farming your teammates, right? And I've had that a few times in this playlist. You go in and you're doing quite well, you're on a 10 kill streak, and then boom, chopper gunners in, gunships in. Why is that? Because your teammates are all going like collectively 2 and 24 or something. But I also want to discuss why I think Sledgehammer's doing this intentionally. I think these playlists not only are coming in to, add variety to the game and, make it feel fresh every week, I also think they're testing it. I do genuinely think there is some background test here for whether or not skill-based matchmaking should be toned down or just removed in general, and I think they're testing that. Now, the reason I think that is because I was actually going to do this video with a different playlist that I had in mind, because I did discuss it briefly in one video, but we just had the testing playlist, the one where you got to see the outlines of the enemies in red and your own teammates in green. Obviously, that's not been put into the game yet. I hope it is, because I actually noticed how different it is. So I played that playlist quite a bit, and I went back to playing this, and I noticed quite a few times how I wasn't able to see players because of it. So hopefully they do make that change. I found out how as well you can actually deal with that. There's a thing, I believe on Twitter, they said that there's a link to vote somewhere or leave feedback. I haven't personally done it yet, but I absolutely will, because I do want to see that change in this game. I want to see green outlines for teammates and red outlines for enemies. It made such a big difference, and I only noticed it now through having to go back and play the normal way, how much of a difference is. Maybe it's the fact that I was used to it for a week, you know, of playing with the green outlines and the red outlines, but it made a huge difference. But anyway, the point is that experimental playlist had zero skill-based matchmaking. Like this game mode I think has a little bit, but the experimental had zero. Like I was facing, I'm going to be quite honest, some horrible, horrible players in that playlist. I'm quite disappointed in myself for not getting a nuke in that playlist. Like, it was that easy. But I was also leveling up guns and stuff and trying different things and having a lot of fun. And I think that was because that playlist is obviously just to, you know, test things out. But that's what I think is a part of the test as well. I think there was a test there for skill-based matchmaking. Also, that was crazy. You could see that guy through the wall there. It was a very interesting little bug there. Anyway, but I think there was a test going on whether to see or not, you know, skill-based matchmaking should be in the game or not, or toned down a bit, because it was just such a big difference. Like, if I go and play 6v6 right now, like Domination, TDM, you name it, it's a sweat fest. And then again, you've got Ground War as well. Ground War is pretty notorious for not having skill-based matchmaking. Again, that's because it's 32 versus 32. If they did strict skill-based matchmaking, nobody would be able to matchmake. You're looking at trying to get 64 players on a single map, all of the same skill level. The connections would be wild, because, you know, obviously we all know that skill-based matchmaking doesn't really take into account your connection. It prioritizes putting you with players just as good as you, if not better than you, to make, you know, the skill-based matchmaking work, and keep the lower players from being, you know, farmed a little bit for easy kill streaks and gameplays and stuff. But that experimental playlist, like I said, was zero skill-based matchmaking. It was very evident, it was very obvious. And let me know down below whether or not you had the same experience. I don't know if you guys did play this experimental playlist or not. I hope it comes back, because I will test it again myself to see if that's the case. Again, I didn't go into these game modes thinking, you know, to play because it might have no skill-based matchmaking. I just played them because I wanted to see the change, but I noticed how much more different it is. The only problem is, obviously, when this sort of thing gets exposed, when a playlist like becomes, you know, is proven to have no skill-based matchmaking or a lack of it, what happens is everyone jumps on that train. And I can understand jumping on that train, because I would too. Again, we just want a fair, I say fair, we want a battle, just a normal experience. We don't have to sweat the game. And again, it does not mean get easy lobbies and, you know, punch people in the mouth. Like I said, this gameplay is kind of proof of that. I'm running through that team, but I'm not doing it over the top. It's not ridiculous, like I can just go around a corner and these people just shoot in circles and stuff. It's a normal, perfectly good Call of Duty experience. Everyone's using different weapons. No one's, you know, got MCW classes that are built by the pros, or G36, whatever it is. Just all these classes built like pro player setups and stuff, and you're doing all kinds of movement. It's just a normal Call of Duty experience. And that's all we want. That's the problem with skill-based matchmaking. It takes that away. So let me know what you think down below. Go into this playlist, give it a shot. Let me know what your experience is, and whether you played the experimental playlist as well. Did you have the same feeling of no or zero skill-based matchmaking in Modern Warfare 3? Let me know down below. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay in the background as well. If you did, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, notifications on, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye!